Porter's value chain framework, primary versus support activities. The value chain is a way to picture every step a firm does to turn raw material into a product that the customer buys. Think of a pizza restaurant. The primary activities are the ones that directly touch the pizza. Inbound logistics receiving dough cheese toppings, operations stretching dough baking, outbound logistics delivery or takeout, marketing and sales ads loyalty program and service handling complaints. The support activities are the behind-the-scenes helpers that keep the primary actions running smoothly. Procurement buying the best cheese at the right price, technology development a new pizza ordering app, human resource management training chefs, and firm infrastructure accounting legal IT. Porter argues that a firm can gain competitive advantage by either making a primary activity cheaper or by making it unique higher quality faster service. The two groups are linked. For example, better HR support can lead to faster higher quality cooking primary. Understanding which activities create the most value helps managers focus resources where they matter most. Activity-based costing a BC for precise cost allocation in the value chain. Traditional costing spreads overhead like rent utilities evenly across products, which can distort true costs. A BC traces each cost to the exact activity that consumes it. Imagine a car maker that assembles both economy and luxury models. The paint shop uses the same paint for both, but the luxury model needs a special clear coat that takes more labor hours. A BC assigns the paint shop's electricity and labor cost to each model based on the number of paint hours used. Mathematically, the cost of activity K assigned to product I is CIK equals total cost of activity K divided by total activity driver, volume times driver volume for product I, where the driver could be machine hours, labor hours, number of setups, etc. By allocating costs this way, managers see exactly which activities make a product expensive and can decide whether to improve efficiency, redesign the product, or outsource the costly activity. Example: a software firm uses a BC to allocate the cost of its QA testing. The total QA cost is $200,000. The driver is testing hours, total testing hours equal 5,000. A new mobile app required 800 testing hours, so its allocated QA cost equals 200,000 divided by 5,000 times 800 equals $32,000. This precise number is then fed into margin analysis. Segmental contribution and margin analysis. Delta contribution equals revenue minus allocated activity costs. Once costs are allocated by A, B, C, we can compute how much each market segment or product line contributes to covering the firm's fixed costs and profit. The formula is simple. Delta contribution sub I equals revenue sub I minus sum over K of C sub IK, where CIK is the cost of activity K allocated to segment I. Real-world analogy: think of a coffee shop that sells espresso, latte, and cold brew. Revenue from lattes is $30,000. Using a BC, the shop assigns $12,000 to milk procurement, $5,000 to barista labor, and $2,000 to cup packaging. The latte's contribution equals $30,000 minus the sum of $12,000, $5,000, and $2,000, which equals $11,000. If the shop's fixed costs are $50,000, the latte segment provides $11,000 toward covering those costs. Managers compare contribution margins across segments. A segment with a low or negative contribution may be a candidate for price increase, cost reduction, or even discontinuation. Linkage and interdependency quantification. Synergy equals sigma combined cost savings minus sigma individual savings. Activities rarely exist in isolation. When two activities are performed together, they can create synergy, a cost saving that exceeds the sum of their separate savings. To measure this, we calculate synergy equals sigma savings sub j combined minus sigma savings sub j individual. Example: a retailer considers centralizing its purchasing and logistics. Individually, centralizing purchasing would save $1.0 million bulk discounts. Centralizing logistics would save $0.8 million route optimization. When both are done together, the company discovers an additional $0.5 million saving because bulk discounted goods are shipped together, reducing handling costs. Synergy equals $1.0 million plus $0.8 million plus $0.5 million minus $1.0 million plus $0.8 million equals $0.5 million. Quantifying these linkages helps senior managers decide which clusters of activities to bundle, outsource, or invest in. Benchmarking and gap analysis using Z-scores and industry best practice indices. Benchmarking compares a firm's activity metrics cost per unit, cycle time, defect rate against industry leaders. A Z-score shows how many standard deviations a firm is from the industry mean. Z equals X sub-firm minus mu sub-industry divided by sigma sub-industry. If Z equals -2, the firm's cost is 2 standard deviations below, better than the industry average. Best Practice Index aggregates several Z-scores, weighting them by strategic importance. Suppose a company tracks 3 metrics: labor cost per unit weight 0.4, delivery lead time weight 0.3, and quality defect rate weight 0.3. After calculating Z-scores -1.5, -0.8, -2.0, the index equals open parenthesis 0.4 times -1.5 close parenthesis plus open parenthesis 0.3 times -0.8 close parenthesis plus open parenthesis 0.3 times -2.0 close parenthesis equals -1.31. A negative index signals overall superiority. Gap analysis then identifies where the firm lags positive Z-scores and sets improvement targets, often expressed as close the gap to within 0.5 sigma of the industry leader within 12 months. Aligning value chain activities with cost leadership or differentiation strategies. Porter's generic strategies require different emphasis on the value chain. Cost leadership focus on activities that can be performed at the lowest possible cost. Examples include high automation in manufacturing, bulk purchasing, and tight inventory control just in time. Every primary activity is examined for cost-saving potential, and support activities like IT are leveraged to improve efficiency, for example, ERP systems that reduce duplicate orders. Differentiation emphasize activities that add unique value perceived by customers. This may involve superior design R&D, premium branding marketing, exceptional after-sales service, or rapid customization flexible production. Support activities such as talent development become critical because creative engineers and designers are the source of differentiation. Practical analogy: a budget airline cost leader streamlines boarding, charges for baggage, and uses a single aircraft type to reduce maintenance costs. A luxury airline differentiator invests heavily in lounge amenities, gourmet meals, and personalized service, activities that increase cost but create a premium experience. Managers must map each activity to the chosen strategic lens, deciding where to cut costs and where to invest for uniqueness. Constructing a competitive advantage matrix: cost, advantage index versus differentiation index. The matrix visualizes a firm's position relative to competitors on 2 axes. Cost advantage index CA derived from benchmarking cost, related metrics, for example cost per unit operating expense ratio. Lower cost yields a higher CAI, often inverted, such as CAI equals 1 divided by cost per unit. CAI equals 1 divided by cost per unit. Differentiation index DI built from customer perceived value metrics: brand, strength, product features, service quality. Higher scores indicate stronger differentiation. The steps to build the matrix. Compute CAI and DI for the firm and key rivals. Plot each firm on a scatter plot: CAI on x-axis, DI on y-axis. Quadrants interpret strategy. Top right: best of both world, high cost advantage, and high differentiation rare, indicates superior capability. Bottom right: cost leaders. Top left: differentiator. Bottom left: stranded, neither advantage. Example: a smartphone maker has CAI equals 0.8 cost per unit $250 and DI equals 0.9 high brand rating. A budget rival has CAI equals 1.2 cost $180, but DI equals 0.4. Plotting shows the first firm in the top right quadrant, indicating it can charge premium prices while still maintaining reasonable costs. The matrix aids strategic decisions such as whether to invest in cost reduction, Enhance differentiation or reposition the brand. Acme Widgets manufactures two product lines, Standard and Premium. Using the ABC data below, evaluate whether Acme should outsource the assembly activity for the Premium line. Show all calculations, discuss strategic fit, cost leadership versus differentiation, and recommend a decision. Total assembly cost equals $4 million. Driver equals assembly hours 20,000 hours. Standard line uses 12,000 hours. Premium line uses 8,000 hours. External supplier quote for premium assembly equals $150 per hour. Revenue standard equals $12 million. Premium equals $10 million. Other allocated activity costs from ABC. See table provided in the exam. Scoring rubric 30 points total. Cost allocation 8 points. Correctly compute premiums allocated assembly cost $4 million divided by 20,000 times 8,000 equals $1,600,000. Outsourcing cost comparison 6 points. Calculate external cost 8,000 hours times $150 equals $1,200,000 and net saving $400,000. Contribution impact 6 points. Recompute premium contribution with outsourced cost and state change in delta contribution. Strategic alignment 5 points. Explain that premium is a differentiation product. Outsourcing may reduce control over quality, risk harming the brand. Recommendation and justification 5 points. Balanced decision, for example, outsource. If quality safeguards can be ensured, otherwise keep in-house. Answer outline for reference. Allocate assembly cost equals $1.6 million. Outsource cost equals $1.2 million, saving $400,000. New premium contribution equals $10 million minus the sum of other ABC costs, and $1.2 million. Discuss that cost saving supports cost leadership, but may erode differentiation if quality drops. Conclude, outsource only if supplier meets strict quality standards, otherwise retain.